Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 52 of Two Left Thumbs, your weekly source of gaming news and updates. I messed up a little bit there. I don't know if you could tell by the pause. In this week's episode, we'll be talking about KFC getting into the gaming space, Beyond Good and Evil 2, NBA 2K's Taskbar Icon. Solid news there. Ubisoft Experience and some Borderlands 3, maybe. We also have all the weekly deals.
So what?
It's a little game that's been released this week. You might have heard of it. I don't know.
No idea what you're talking about.
No. Well, we'll try and talk about it anyway. We also have all weekly deals across all console platforms for you guys. My name's Static Oz, and joined with me as always, Deaf Puppies and Grey Aussie Gamer. What's going on, guys?
Hi. I'm okay. I'm dying this week. I'm fine. Moderately sick. I've been I've been kind of out for most of this week.
You've done pretty well tonight. Last night when I stopped by, you were coughing and spluttering all over your viewers in stream. It was amazing.
Yeah, they were. I've probably spread it. That's okay though.
I'm pretty sure this will be the first recorded case of sickness actually spread through screen.
Yeah,
Digital flu.
Yeah. So I managed to play some Plague Tale last night. Which is always fun. I love that game. It's a fucking beautiful game. But that is all I've done since we last casted. I mean, it's only been like a few days anyway. But yeah, things have been pretty uneventful on my end this week. Just trying not to die, realistically. What about you, Greg?
Are you enjoying Plague Tale? Where are you?
I am. I really am. So I'm probably about 3/4 of the way through. I think I've got maybe 4 or 5 acts to go.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure there's 20 acts in the game. I can't talk about where I'm up to because it's kind of spoilery as to what happens. I'm kind of deep in that kind of end of the story.
Oh yeah, don't give away the story.
It's still really good.
It's awesome, hey.
Fantastic, yeah.
On a side note, I think that's gone. The first hour or the first act or two is free on PS4 and all that now.
Is that right?
Yeah, they've got a demo out. You can play the first hour to kind of do it, and I'd recommend you go do it. And
100%, that game's going to win some game of years. Like that's how
I would be devastated if it didn't. Honestly,
yeah.
Such an amazing game.
Nice.
What about you, Greg? Do I even want to know what you've been?
No, you don't.
Give us.
No longer known as Grey Aussie Gamer. I am known as fucking Borderlands. That's what you'll call me now, because that's all I've been playing, and that's all I'm going to keep playing. It's ridiculous.
We've lost him, folks.
We've lost him. He's gone.
We've lost him. So is that it? That's all you've been playing since Thursday?
Yeah. Since release.
Yeah, anyway. No, you're right, because it released the next day, didn't it?
Yeah.
We got 1 inch before it released.
So I think we'll just leave that for our last part.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing?
I've been playing a little bit of that game that you may or may not have heard of also. This Borderlands 3 game, just a little bit. And yesterday I had to pry myself away from my mouse and keyboard and get out to the Ubisoft Experience in Sydney, which was actually it was actually really good. I got to see an alpha build of Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is looking amazing.
Man, I want that game so badly.
Trust me, you do. Trust me. After
I heap the socials.
Yeah, I hadn't been invested in it at all. I hadn't really even seen much to do with it. I thought, you know what, we'll go and catch it, because they were sort of doing. They had different rooms set up, so you could go and catch that. You could catch Watchdog Legion, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which I mean we've already seen anyway, and they didn't. If you didn't get into the closed beta, this was news to you. If you got into the closed beta, you already know more than what they showed us. They also had a massive stand there with 16 PCs set up, so you could actually play a mission out of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Which
and with all your PC experience, you would have jumped on and just been a pro.
No, it was fine. The PCs themselves were like dev kits, and they had controllers, like PlayStation controllers, hooked up to them. So
yeah,
it was pretty good actually because they had dudes there. There was 16 screens. So what they actually did was had people come through in teams of 4. So just as you lined up, and the line didn't stop all day, but as you lined up, they'd bring you through team of 4, team of 4, team of 4. So just 4 teams of 4, a whole day running through this one mission, and it went anywhere from, they said, for anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes, which is fine. You know what I mean? Like it's a mission, and it's pretty early on as well. But the team I had, we ran ridiculously efficient. We were done inside of 5 minutes.
Move away, guys! Seasoned pros coming through.
We even the guy that was actually running the demo. He was behind the screen for the demo. When they showed it, you can tell that he has done that starting sequence hundreds of times. Hundreds and hundreds of times. Like, he was grabbing dudes by the neck, capping other guys while he was dragging this guy around, then knocking this guy over the head onto the next one, like just with ease and efficiency that there's none of us have seen in playing this beta. But yeah, and he came out and he was actually what they kind of had one guy per team, like per team of 4, so they could speak to you through the headset and all that sort of gear. So he was sort of just giving you pointers and whatever else, and inside of a minute into it, he just goes, I'm not even going to bother talking to you guys. You guys have got this. You know what you're doing. And 4 minutes later we were done. He goes, you're actually the most efficient team through today.
It's always good watching people like that, though. Watching like someone who just knows it 100% and can just watching that dude do it was unreal, because you could see that he was taking his time. He had to, because they were trying to do the demo at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, you had someone speaking through a microphone as he was going along, so he was sort of looking around. You know what I mean? So he could take in some of the landscape and this, that, and the other. But when it actually came time to hitting like the groups of targets or whatever, it was bang, bang, bang. You could just see how methodical he was with it, and you could tell, like, that is practiced. He has done that hundreds of times.
Yeah, he could probably do it with his eyes closed.
Yeah,
tweeting in the other hand.
Yeah, that's right. That was really cool though. Yeah.
How many people were there? Was it a big event?
It was quite big actually. This is their first time doing it. It's their second actual venue. They did one, I think it was in the US. Then they came over, and now they're off to France next. But this is the first time doing the Ubisoft Experience. So for them, like, I was speaking to a few of the staff who seemed like they were a little bit higher up. They said, like, this has been really successful. They'll definitely be looking to do it again.
Nice.
They had a massive setup for Roller Champions, which looked unreal.
Have you guys played that at all?
I played a little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, that game.
Yeah. So I think that might have been another 16 screens as well. Or is it 3 per team in that? Maybe it was four sets of 3. So it might have been 12, yeah.
Yeah.
But
3, yeah.
Again, that was moving, that was lined up for most of the day, moving pretty quickly. There was a Assassin's Creed virtual reality map. Maze, to get through. I didn't get onto that. I wasn't really interested in it. And there was this one lone little setup next to that, which was for the crew too. And I actually spoke to the dude who got the wheel and the racing stand and everything for it. He said, "You have no idea the drama I had just to get that." And
really? Wow.
Like, it was a decent setup. Like, it's a pretty looked like it was a pretty costly setup. But the effort he had to go through just to get that, and it wasn't set up at all. There was no force feedback on the wheel. It was set at like 270 degrees rotation, so it was literally lock to lock. It was like 90 to 90 sort of thing. It was very hard to get used to.
Oh no.
They were doing time trials for Trials Fusion. They had Far Cry New Dawn, and a few other games like that. They sort of had around little stations that you could play. They had a retro setup with Splinter Cell, the original Ghost Recon, and a few other games.
Mm.
Yeah, I sat down to play that because it was set up like a little bedroom sort of thing, and you sat on the end of this bed while you're playing games. The original Ghost Recon was terrible
Hasn't aged very well.
at all, but I'm in saying that it's what 20 years old.
It's pretty old.
Yeah,
now.
it's old. Yeah, like you could literally hardly see. Like in multiplayer, it had multiplayer split screen. You could hardly, like, you could be next to the person that you're fighting against and hardly see them. It was pretty
Yeah,
shocking.
It was. I remember how that was hardcore. That
Yeah,
laying prone and sniping in that game was just incredibly overpowered.
yeah, right. I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so it was really good. They had a Rainbow Six Siege like esports room set up. I'm not one for Rainbow Six Siege, but watching people play that, watching people who are ridiculously good at playing that was unreal. And these guys weren't even hard at it. They were just mucking around. It was unreal to watch. Like I said, they had a lot of a few exclusive like merchandise pieces there, like a Rainbow Six Siege little chibi, which was Ash, sort of exclusive to that event. Ghost Recon shirt was exclusive to that event, so there's some cool things for that as well. So all in all, it was pretty cool. I was trying to get in touch with one of the community managers while I was there, hoping to sort of just drop in, say hi, thank them again in person for the codes that they handed out to us. Unfortunately, I couldn't find them, so that didn't happen. But no, it was a good day. And then to top it off, I had a great day. Got to my car. I'd left my headlights on all day. Dead battery.
Oh shit!
Dead battery.
And you're like, all I want to do is drive home and play Borderlands.
That's 100%. So that's why I got home. I think it was almost like 10 o'clock last night, 10 p.m. And I got like maybe 2 hours in, and then I'm going to bed. My eyes were hanging out of my head. I was like, nah, it's time to get to bed. So that was my Saturday.
Nice.
And
it's good that they're starting to do these events. Like I think you and I were speaking about last night, Static.
Yeah.
It's good, like, because we don't really get many of these.
No, that's right. That's right.
No, we don't. We get like Paxos, and then there's like the Twitch one in Sydney.
Yeah.
In Melbourne.
Yeah, but even those are relatively new.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah, you go to America, man. There's gaming conventions everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This was really cool too. Like they flew a lot of teams out, a lot of dev teams out. Like they won for Beyond Good and Evil 2. They literally they got there during the day. So they were still jet lagged and everything. Like they were trying to get through. You could see they were struggling, but they still managed to put on a good sort of demonstration. And we're really happy to sort of talk to everyone. But they I can't remember where they said they were from. I think it was like Montpellier or something like that. There was another team that were demoing Watchdog Legion from Montreal.
So it sounds like a big traveling circus.
Yeah. At this point, yeah. So I'd hate to have to pack up all those stands and whatnot, but yeah, they had activities outside as well. They had like archery activities, and they weren't they were like suction cup arrows and things like that. They had like rope climbs and things like that. It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
but
nice.
yeah, it was good to see that they brought actual developers out to give you demos rather than just someone to run through a demo for you. They sent actual developers out to run through and actually be able to answer technical questions and things like that. So
yeah, that is good. I've seen Bungie are actually sending devs out for PAX too, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, they're doing a community meetup with I think DDU's hosting it as well.
And
nice.
I forget who else, but there was another sort of body hosting it as well with them. Periodic Table of Awesome, that's it.
Yeah, so the Destiny Down Under guys and those guys, they're hosting a thing with Bungie. Event Hall, is it? I can't remember.
Well, it was on Eventbrite. They've blown that out of the water. That was pretty much. They announced it. Destiny Down Under announced it on their last podcast not the last one, the one before actually. Before that podcast was over, it was almost full.
Shit.
So I listened to it late. Like I normally get to them sort of Monday, Tuesday. By the time they sort of come through the rotation of podcasts that I have, I went straight onto the site to sort of just put my name down. Too late. But for anyone that is listening, if you do want to get in on it, definitely jump onto the site. We'll try and get the link in the show notes to help them out. If you do want to get into it, jump onto that link and put your name down on the waiting list, because what that actually does, like they're well in advance they're well over 300 heads now. Let's sort of 300 hands up wanting to go. So they've actually gone back to the event organisers and Bungie, hoping to get a better venue for it. So the more and more names that they see, the better it's going to look for them. The more chance they got of getting more people in. So jump onto that too.
Sounds good. And that's at PAX too, isn't it?
That's at PAX Oz, yeah. In Melbourne on the, I want to say 11th to the 13th of October.
Yeah. You're going to that, aren't you?
Oh, I'm going to that, yeah. I'll be waving the two left thumbs flag high.
Cool. We'll have to get you some business cards.
We get some business cards and all that sort of gear.
Monocle
Get us out there. Yeah, a little more. You must be the Monopoly guy.
And a top hat.
Yeah.
Stand right out. Cool. Nice.
All right, let's get into some freebies, shall we? On the PSN, again, as we did last week or 3 days ago, Batman Arkham Knight and Darksiders 3. The deal of the week is Tekken 7 at $17.95, that's an amazing price. I was saying, as I was looking at it, I think I might actually jump into another fighting game for that price. I haven't looked at many. I think the last one I did was Mortal Kombat 10, and it wasn't for a great deal of time. I was trying to get into 11, but for that price, I can't not play Tekken.
I haven't played in a very long time, but
no. PSN deals. We have Resident Evil 2, which is the remaster at $47.95. We have Kingdom Hearts 3. If I write that down, at $49.95. We have Devil May Cry 5 for $47.95. Monster Hunter World is $24.95. We have Judgment, which has only been out, I want to say, a month or two now, at $58.95, and Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, which is a flight simulator, for $47.95. So this week the deals are a little pricier than normal, but there's some good ones in there.
Yeah, Devil May Cry 5, that's for $50. It's a pretty good price. I played that when it released, or no, not when it released, not long after it released. Really good game, lots of fun. If you like the other Devil May Cries,
yeah. I've been meaning to look into Judgment, because that's sort of in the same family as the Yakuza games. Knowing my love for the very first Yakuza game I played, it's kind of on the.
I'm surprised why you're interested in even looking at it.
I want to see what it's about.
Why? What's got you so gripped about looking at this game?
I think it's because you're playing from the other side. You're playing from an authoritarian side rather than the Yakuza side of things. I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I want to see what it's about. I want to see what it's like. On Xbox Gold, we have Hitman, the complete first season. We have Forza Motorsport 6 and Earth Defense Force 2025, so nothing's changed there. Deals with Gold, we have A Plague Tale Innocence for $50, Sea of Solitude for $23, XCOM 2 for $18, Don't Starve Giant Edition for $5, Farming Simulator 19, and get that Xbox, mate, for $60, Construction Simulator 2 for $12, and Middle Earth Shadow of War for $35. Speak to me, puppies. I know you've played them all.
Fantastic, love it. Go buy it. Excellent game. Sea of Solitude I haven't played, but I've heard really good things about it. XCOM 2 is good. And
is good.
Simulator 2 is game of the fucking year. So what are you even doing? Like, it's got like Borderlands 3 has nothing on it. It'll be fun. Middle Earth Shadow of War I haven't played. think
What?
that's the
If you
one I
enjoyed
haven't
the
played.
first one, you'll like the second one.
Is that the one I
It's-
started? Is that the one I started playing on PC? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool at the start. So
Yeah.
I'll
It
get back in.
is a good game.
Eventually.
I'll get back into that one day. Over on the Switch, we have Undertale for $16. We have Damsel for $7. Blasphemous for $34. Dragon Ball Fighter Z is $45, and Guns, Gore, and Cannoli $6. I'm gonna buy that just on the name alone. And,
So,
and
guys-
Damsel for $7, I can't knock back. I'll be definitely getting.
Yeah, Damsels, especially on the Switch. From I think you played it on Switch, didn't you, Gray? Damsel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played it
No,
on PC. It was really good.
It's made for the Switch.
Yeah.
Made for it. Pick up and play. It works so well with that.
And they're an Aussie developer, so you should go support them anyway and go buy the fucking
Mhm.
game because it's incredible. Guns, Gore, and Cannoli. The only reason I wrote that down was because of the name, but it's like a platformer. It's based in like the Roaring 20s, and you're fighting zombies. So sounded interesting.
The Roaring 20s.
The Roaring 20s, like it's set in the 20s.
Why were they roaring?
That's what they were called. That's
They
the
were?
history refers to the 20s as the Roaring 20s. Do you not know this?
No.
No? Oh my god.
No. What are the 30s then?
I have no idea. The 20s were like a big boom. Of
Fair enough.
society,
Just
basically.
leaving him hanging there.
Yeah.
I was being very silent on purpose and to see if he could dig himself out of that. But
Yeah, I know.
it's all good.
Fine, I'll get there eventually. Claw my way out.
We really shouldn't be bigger. I mean, he's sick as shit. The poor dude.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
and he doesn't play Borderlands.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that too.
This is why I'm sick. Borderlands released and I'm allergic to it. It's killing me. slowly. Your enjoyment is killing me.
The world's enjoyment is killing you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. With that, let's get into news and updates because I can't wait to get into this first point. Chat, if you got any questions, especially with this first point, please. Have you say?
Fire away.
Fire away. KFC gets into the gaming space in the weirdest and most wonderful way. Due out on September 24 and developed by Psyop, makers of the interactive fiction Camp W. The game's called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. Dating simulator from KFC called I Love You,
Yes.
Colonel Sanders.
Mhm. This is so amazing.
Hang on. This
Fucking
is
stupid.
Let me say one thing. This is not the first time I've said I love you, Colonel Sanders.
Did you put finger licking good in the same sentence?
No, that's
Right.
a bit much. But the game promises to feature 9 lovable characters, a secret ending, secret recipes, cooking battles, battles,
Yep, no, that was how it was written.
battles, 11 herbs and
Battle
spices, a dateable Colonel Sanders, and much more. Oh my god,
Apparently, there's a dog in there as well.
there's a dog.
Good
They
fucking
went
joke.
all in.
They really did. It's really interesting because this came from the Twitter account KFC Gaming, which popped up I think maybe like a few months ago, and I followed it just so I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And this is what they've come out with is a dating simulator, and I'm like, I can't not play this. I've never played a dating sim before, but I'm fucking playing this game just because it's from KFC and I want to see what this shit's about.
Now on that, Dan posted something in the Discord over the week. It was KFC looking to cater people's weddings as well. Is that they were doing a competition to win like free catering to someone to your wedding? Can you yeah?
AFC to cater their wedding.
So classy.
I
The
don't
dating
know.
simulator. And KFC catering your
Yeah,
wedding.
fuck.
This is Western Sydney's finest, is what this is.
Oh yeah.
Western
Sorry,
Sydney.
I'm trying to find it. I'm just going through our chat, and all I'm seeing is Dan and
Borderlands.
And Gray.
Borderlands.
Like,
Literally.
Borderlands.
The whole conversation was Borderlands.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, I tell you, only screenshotted it for me. Yeah, they're offering free catered weddings to 6 lucky couples.
So
It's
lucky.
like the photo's like this bride just munging down on a fucking bucket of wings. Fucking crazy. And then they're like, I'm not. Is that photoshopped? No, he's definitely holding it. It kind of looks photoshopped, but the bride and groom are like kissing in front of the register, as if like that's where they got married, at the register.
That's amazing.
It's beautiful. I don't normally get teary at weddings, but that one I probably would.
What a good on him. Why
Yeah.
not? Hey,
Yeah,
How
man.
good's that?
imagine.
So-
I bet you it comes out like Leisure Suit
Le-
Larry. Do you
yeah.
remember that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
Game
game.
like
So we're all picking that one up, right?
that. No.
Oh, I'm
Well,
definitely getting it.
Black Rage
I'm
only has
definitely
one
getting
question,
it.
and she'd like to know how much the game is. We'll keep you posted, Black Rage.
It'll cost you 124-pack chicken nuggets.
I hope it comes with some nuggets or some popcorn chicken or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Comes with a voucher,
Voucher for some nuggets.
nugget voucher.
all right, let's get into some Beyond Good and Evil 2. So we were discussing a little bit earlier. I saw some pre-alpha play at the Ubisoft Experience. So what they could tell us was that they're exploring small squad co-op. Their demo showed two.
Explain the game first, because
I think Space Pirates.
Yeah.
Space Pirates. It pretty much I can't say too much. There is yeah. But yeah, they're exploring small squad co-op, so potentially 4 to 6 players. The demo that they showed us only had 2 in co-op play. They're also exploring PvP arenas, but that's all they could really tell us. But as far as it's pretty much, it is tied in with the original Beyond Good and Evil, and sort of runs off the back of that. They didn't want to take away from the original game. They wanted to sort of build on top of what they already had with that. But what they really did boast was like a super seamless sort of navigation. So you could go from the sort of lowest level being like your character, like third person view of your character, all the way out to the like looking at the galaxy without a loading screen. You literally zoom out, see a city, zoom out, see a country, zoom out, see the world, zoom out even further. So it was literally all that was 100% seamless.
You know that Ron Burgundy gif where he's lighting a cigarette and he's like, "I don't believe you." That's what I wish. There's no fucking way this is going to work the way I've seen the footage that they've shot. Like they showed this like 3 years ago, whatever it was, but they couldn't say. Yeah, they couldn't say what it was on. It was just etc. But there is no way that's going to work like that.
They haven't got a release date yet. I don't think we'll see.
There's no release date. It's
no.
You can bet your ass it's not going to be this generation.
No chance.
It might be possible.
Yeah.
But if that is the thing, I'm getting it on PC and I'm mapping that function to my scroll wheel. So I can glide on out. Just take me to space.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just don't. I think they're way too optimistic, and in their little controlled environments, it all works well, and it's good tech to show off to get people interested in the game. But I don't see that as a function making it through to the full game.
It literally wowed people. Like people were gasping each time they sort of zoomed out that little bit more. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to rewatch the footage. It's been so long since I watched it.
But it was
about 3 years old.
It was really cool to see the way they sort of, even just to begin with, the way they went from your character in tight enclosed spaces out into like the main world sort of thing. Like it's quite big, and
It's massive.
there's a lot of verticality to it as well, like a lot,
Yeah.
and where you can see you can travel. So
See,
it's huge.
something doesn't
it is
jive
big.
with me when people
It
with
is big.
devs say that. Yeah, there's a mountain you want to go climb it. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys enjoy the first one? Did you just enjoy the first game when it came back out?
I didn't play it
on PS2 or whenever it was.
Yeah, 2003 it was released.
Yeah, okay. I didn't really enjoy it. It was fine, but it's so weird that it's got such a it's got like this little big cult following.
Yeah, it's quite a big cult following. Yeah,
it's huge. But remember this game before they announced it was rumored for so long that it was in development. So, and there was I read an article by IGN or someone a while back now, and they think it's been pushed from, like, it's one of those games that's like skipped generations. It skipped PS3 because their ambition got too big.
Yeah.
Now it's skipping this generation because they're just getting bigger at they want to do. And
it's been over a decade in the making.
Exactly. It's like just fucking,
which is cool, but also kind of concerning, I guess.
Yeah, because what happens then?
We want to do all this shit, but it's not ready. We can't do that yet. So, I mean, if they can pull it off, it'll be really good. But if it's going to be perpetually in development because they can't figure out or have the right tech to make it work, we may never see the actual game, you know?
Yeah. But it's not only that. It's if you've got that mentality and you take that with anything, like that it's not good enough, then the product you do release, you're not going to be happy with, and you're going to have components in there that probably just don't work the way you wanted them to work at all.
Yeah.
So that can be a massive downfall for anything, really, but especially a game, and one that's been in development for 10 years.
I don't think it's been in development that whole time.
Well, it's been talked about.
It's been, yeah.
One
really
interesting.
One really cool thing that they touched on was they've worked very closely with community, like their community and influencers inside of the community for music, artwork, and all that sort of gear. And as they were sort of going through this city, they were showing you community artwork, and you could hear the music. So that's really cool. A lot more developers are sort of starting to do that sort of thing. Because Watchdog Legion, as we know, we're doing the same sort of deal. So it's really cool to see more and more developers getting in touch with their community, working with their community. So it means they're sort of not only, sort of having content given to them by their community, but they're also through that they're also sort of listening and communicating with them, which is really cool.
It's just an Ubisoft thing, isn't it? They're the main ones spearheading it, I think.
Yeah. But these are different dev teams doing it, so
but they're all under
under that one banner. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
When just rough, when do you think we'll see the game?
They definitely haven't said that. They can't say that yet. I'm thinking.
When do you reckon?
When do I reckon? I would say another 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
Yep.
Jesus, puppies. Just as a rough guess.
Yeah, I'm saying 2021.
Yeah. All right. So everyone's pretty confident then it's 100% next gen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be late next gen or mid next gen, I reckon. Depending on what happens with next gen, I guess. We're not even there yet.
Cool. I'm the same. I reckon at least if it does ever get here. Yeah, 2 to 5 years we'll see it. Awesome.
Cool. All right. NBA 2K20. They've had a shocker. The annual sports video games can often seem like barely updated versions of the previous year's installment. That's certainly the case with the PC version of NBA 2K20. Shows up on the Windows taskbar as NBA 2K19. They haven't even changed the icon. How good's that?
This last week
How good's that? Yeah.
This is just sports games in general.
Yeah,
it is.
They're just cash grab, recycled content. It's just they're just live services that they charge $100 a year for, plus everything
Yeah,
else that you've got to
basically.
pay for.
Plus
It's
all the
just a bonus
microtransactions
disc
bullshit.
that they're selling. It's a load of shit.
It's really funny. There was still banners inside the game as well that said 2K19.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like normally,
So they didn't even
in the
reskin
crowd where
the skin.
they have the advertising
Yeah,
banners
yeah.
in the background. Yeah, this 2K19 was there as well. So it's
Yeah.
slightly updated version from last year, guys.
So they just took the old game and put
Gambling
more slot machines in it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
added slot machines
Yeah.
basically.
And you'll see 2K20 on the slot machines, but nowhere else. That's all they've added.
And it just goes to show, because that's two different companies. That's EA and 2K. So that's two very big companies, both doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Madden had the Madden 19 on the grandstand in there. So
Yep.
Yeah, it's
they're popular
it's not
too.
doing so well with the reviews now either. Between the microtransactions and the naming debacle, it's a bit of a dumpster fire.
They got bombed on Metacritic.
Yeah, it's getting bombed everywhere.
Yeah, deservedly so. But
we'll see
people will still buy
2021,
it.
no doubt.
Yeah. Yes, we will.
We will.
All right. Pups, you want to kick off the next section for us?
Yeah. So lately, we've all been playing a little game. That's fucking bullshit. I haven't been playing anything. Guys, talk to me about Borderlands 3 while I sleep.
It was really good.
Was good.
Gray is going to have a
Must-
lot more to say about Borderlands 3 than I am. For me, it's more of Borderlands 2. I'm enjoying my time in it, but that game has always been about time spent playing with friends. So as much as I like to sort of do a playthrough, get through it so I can, like hear all the comical goodness and the dark humor out of it. I like to get through it, hear all that, but then from there on, it's literally play with mates, fuck around, do stupid stuff, and just have a laugh. So it seems for me it's more of that, which is fine. Yeah, but I'm just sort of slowly, as far as I'm going, like sort of playing solo, I'm just slowly plodding through it. I'm not trying to set any records or anything like that. Just sort of playing a character, trying to sort of find my way around the newer system, which isn't too far different from what we had in Borderlands 2.
Who'd you pick?
I went with
Who's
Zane.
your main character?
I went with Zane to start with.
Talk to me. How's Zane?
Yeah,
Zane do?
he goes all right.
He's the commando operative, does he? What's his ability?
You put me on the spot here. I can't quite think of it right now. What does he do?
Oh, he's clone.
Yeah,
Borderlands 3 isn't even that memorable. Don't play.
I've honestly, I've not even used the clone. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh well, he's got 3 abilities.
Yeah.
You can do a few.
Oh,
I think
no,
he's got
sorry.
a shield. You can throw a shield out.
That's right. I've got a
Sentinel.
little. I've got the Sentinel
drone.
little Sentinel drone. So what that does, he just sort of flies around and will do extra damage to whatever you sort of aim your reticle at. It will go towards that, but it kind of targets one thing on its own to start with. If you don't target something for it, it'll target its own. It'll take its own target, but it won't stop until that target's down. So it won't shift targets until the one that its first target or you targeted for it is gone.
That makes sense, because could you imagine if it just had to track wherever you're looking?
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
especially on
start
PC.
Flying to the enemy, you just killed it. And
Yeah.
you're like looking at it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be constantly hovering around.
So it's pretty cool. You can sort of, obviously, as you've been able to do in Borderlands 2, you just sort of extend out your period that your abilities sort of available for and all that sort of gear. So for me, it's more of the same, really.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people are still playing Borderlands 2, so
yeah.
More of that is good.
Gray?
Yeah, definitely. I think the game works on one big ass principle that it's got going for it is because it hasn't released on this gen yet. This is its first showing on PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah.
We haven't had a Borderlands since. If we've already had a Borderlands previously on this generation and then this one came out like this, I think it might be a bit stale.
Yeah.
That would be an issue with it. But yeah, but I think because it hasn't been on before, they kind of just went with, let's just do more Borderlands. We're not going to reinvent it. We're going to fix some of the, quality of life things, like, sliding, put a sliding mechanic in, a vaulting mechanic.
They've actually been really good for it too.
Yeah, they make it more. They give you more momentum, and
I need to know. Does it still do the
yes?
thing
Yes, it does.
Oh my god.
We were talking about that last night, weren't we, Gray?
Yeah, fucking pisses. I don't notice it.
It pisses me off to no end too.
Yeah, I don't know. I tune out because I'm shooting so much.
The first thing I noticed, I'm like, does that happen every time I jump? It was great.
And it literally wasn't until I played it with you and you pointed that out that I actually started hearing it. Yeah, I was so oblivious to it until you pointed it out. Now I can't not hear it. And it does it in Borderlands 3 and it fucking shits me to tears.
Does it do it when you mantle and slide
because it does a little bit when you slide. But when you mantle, not so much. But you've got to jump to mantle, so yes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So no, but yes. Yeah. If there was something that could be taken out of the game, that would be it.
That'd be it. I guess, I don't know. It doesn't annoy me. I didn't even recognize it until Static brought it up. But
so now you won't not hear it.
It's there forever.
I know. Now I'm going to log back on after this, and it's going to piss me off.
I actually spent a whole night playing, trying to just go along with it and actually make the noises with it to see if that just somehow made it better. It didn't. It didn't at all.
What a weird way to try and fix it.
I got to try something because it's just there. And now I know about it. Thank you, puppies.
You're welcome.
I can't not know about it. So,
right. Well, for anyone who's interested in like the story, like obviously not going to say any spoilers. So I haven't beaten it yet. I am on Eden 6, which is the forest planet that they showed off in all the trailers, and it's probably been the main part they've shown off. So that's where I'm up to. The story pretty much is, once again, you got to find the vault keys. Sanctuary gets taken up into space. It's a new ship, and you're actually leaving Pandora to go to different planets. And the gun manufacturers play a big role this time. So you've got Maliwan and Tidor and all these guys, Atlas, and their characters now, Jacobs as well. They're all kind of helping you and whatnot. You've got your villains this time are the Calypso twins. I'm not too sold on them. Like, unfortunately for Borderlands, Borderlands 3, has to live up to Handsome Jack from the second one. And he's like,
there's some big boots.
He's got to be one of the best villains in a video game. So it's hard for them to get to that. And they've 2K Gearbox, have taken it down. They've made them streamers, effectively. That's what they are.
Yeah.
They're two streamers. So there's a lot of similarities there with, how they talk and what they're doing. And they're always trying to live stream their shit and et cetera, et cetera. So I won't say any much more on it. But it follows the same beats as the previous games. You're not going to get anything outrageously different, anything drastically new. But in saying that, that's still good. That it still works. And the humor of the series is so good. It is backward.
It's definitely not lost in any way, that's for sure. Yeah.
Oh, mate, Claptrap has just had me in fucking stitches. And like,
my own character has had me in stitches. Just some of the shit my own character says, just from coming from nowhere. Like, you're just running along and he'll say something just so out there. I've literally just stopped and just like thrown myself back in my chair laughing at him. It's so good.
It's what Gearbox, they just do it so well. Like, how many games can you say literally make you laugh out loud?
Yeah.
Like, not many. And this one, it's just, you've got so many good moments that it actually like really pulls you into the game really well. And you're like, you want to know what these characters are doing. You want to go do something to get a reaction out of those characters. So like my character is Flack, whose abilities are his pets. So he's a Beastmaster, and you can have a Skag, a Spider Ant, and a new one. What's he's got? I forget his name. Anyway, it's a new animal in the game. So with the Skag, you can pat it, and if the dog will do, or the Skag, sorry, will do a piss, and if you pat it while it's doing a piss, it'll start to roll in it, and my character will go, no, wait, please, oh god, you've rolled in it. Like that, it'll react to you to doing stuff like that. So, and it's shit like that just makes you laugh anyway. But gameplay wise, it's Borderlands again. It's all the same. It's the same. It has, to me, the best looting system in a game. It's just the guns are just insane, and the detail they get into these weapons, man. They all feel pretty unique. I mean, they're not, obviously you can see the similarities between them all, but yeah, it's just crazy. The detail so they put into it. Like, I got I just got like a really cool Jacobs revolver in the game, and it gives you all the random stats that the game munches together to give you, but it's got like, a unique hand loading animation. So like, if I fire, it's a 6-round revolver. If I fire 3 shots, he'll cock it back and you'll see 3 empty bullet holes. Or if I fire 2 shots, it'll be 2.
Yeah.
You'll load them all back up super fast and off you go again, and stuff like that. Small, tiny ass little touches like that they put everywhere.
Oh, yeah, same with the shotgun I'm using. If you try and reload it halfway through, like it holds 6 rounds, but if you try and reload it halfway through, it'll only load 3.
Yeah, okay. So
yeah, if you've used 4 rounds, it'll load 4. But it even has like the sound of reloading it. Like as you jam the shells into the chamber, sounds unreal. They've paid so much attention to detail with every single weapon. It's actually scary, especially they're boasting like, was it 1 billion weapons? That's scary.
And there is, because I watched they released like a 10-minute documentary on YouTube. Maybe IGN had it, I don't know, but on how the developers crafted these things, like how they did all of them, like the algorithm, the program they used to put them all together. So yeah, and I'm loving the game. Issue performance wise is a pain in the ass. It's fucking terrible on base consoles. Some people report it's near unplayable on base consoles due to frame rates, crashing it.
I'll find out next week on my poor poverty pack PlayStation.
Oh man, it doesn't look good. I know 2 of my friends can't play it. They've stopped playing it because they've got the base one. One has a pro, the other one has a pro, sorry, and he's playing it on that. It's better on there. He can play it on that. But yeah, the base one.
I've seen some streams of Xbox and they seemed okay. Like just watching via stream.
Honestly, right. From reading on Reddit and stuff like that, which it's massive on there, everyone reporting the issues and that, it can come down to, the people that you are watching getting this, like who are streaming it right and playing it right. The running theme between all that is most of them have a newer console. It doesn't have a full hard drive.
Yeah.
It's cleaned. It's whatnot. It's a lot of the older ones, like the ones bought, might be 2 years that are really struggling on it. Maybe the hard drive's just a bit full and slowed down. It just can't pull the data off it quick enough. So, but in saying that, PC, it is pretty bad as well. So
I definitely don't have the most well set up PC, considering it was built for streaming, and I've kind of adapted it to then game on. It seems to run okay, but I have to cap my frame rate at 60 FPS, which is fine. It runs good. It looks good enough with that, especially I bring my field of view out to 110 as well. So so you're taking everything in with that frame rate in mind. But I mean, it seems to run okay, but you definitely get stuttering here and there. I'll get freeze and then frame drop and things like that, but it's not unbearable.
Yeah, again, see,
Yeah,
it's
I heard
touch
a
and
lot
go
of
on.
it was
It's
throughout
touch
the
and go on
menus
PC as
too.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
got
people with the menu was causing some issues.
I got hit with that menu thing last night. I had to reset heat twice. I had to reset
Yeah,
the game
right.
and fixed it. Yeah, it might be if you're playing it for a while, they might have like a memory leak in there or something. But yeah, you open up your inventory and try and select a gun, and it's just fucking takes forever to select your gun. So I reset and fixed it.
So on that, the gun selection, have you been filtering through your weapons as you've been picking them up? Because I seem to get a loadout I'm good with, and I stick with it.
No, well, you have to
until it's no longer viable because it's just not powerful against the enemies you're up against anymore.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
but then I try
yeah.
and replace those weapons with similar weapon of a higher level.
I do. I kind of rotate out. I try and keep, like a sniper rifle, like long range and short range. I try and keep maybe an assault rifle as well, just because of the ammo. Because they share the ammo between them. You can't rock 4 SMGs.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can, but you're gonna burn through fucking ammo real fast.
I did try it.
There you go. See, no good.
Whoops. No good at all. You just swap through all your weapons. You got no ammo. You're like, oh, I guess I'm punching things.
And I mean, whenever you get an epic or a legendary, I think I've got like 4 legendaries now. So they seem to. Either I have been insanely lucky with my drops, or they're dropping a lot easier than they did in 2, because I think I did Borderlands 2 and maybe got a couple before I finished the game. It took till I went into the next True Vault Hunter mode before I started getting some. So I don't know. There's some good ones there. I don't want to say any or spoil them, because the best part of those guns is getting them for the first time and going through and see what it does, and then testing it out. But I've got a few of those, and you do stick with them. They're probably good for about 3 to 5 levels above yours.
Yeah.
You've got to recycle them out and go back down to a blue one or whatever. So, yeah, I think I've put maybe 30 hours in now. Be close to it since it's released. I've just been smashing it. But
just hasn't slept.
Oh, I've had to sleep once.
this one time.
One time for like 2 minutes.
One time.
Yeah. Closed my eyes. I'm like, no, more Borderlands.
That's it. I just reclined my seat and I just went, I'm out. So I think it's got more. The maps are really good. It's the same classic Borderlands style maps, a mix of open areas, closed areas, lots of secrets, shit tons of Easter eggs. Holy crap. I found a pretty cool Destiny one today with old Dicklebot.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty neat.
And I got the fucking legendary drop out of it too, which was awesome. And the best part, what I didn't say, because I did a video on it, what I didn't say, and that's actually on it's not the moon, but it looks like the moon that you're on, and there's low gravity and stuff like that where you fight him. It's pretty cool. Nice. What else is there? The vehicles are cool. All the customizations. There's heaps more customization now.
Yeah, new vehicle. How many new vehicle classes there? Is it just that one, or?
No, there's
a little solo one. That's really cool. But
there's like 5 or 6 now, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like completely new vehicle types, I mean.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely new ones. Like what is that?
You got the Cyclone, which is like that little
that
little
I'm trying
single wheel thing that you're inside of.
Oh, I saw that one.
I spent a lot of time I mucking around, spent a lot of time just sort of slowly turning in circles. Have you seen how the guns on that thing work? They actually, because
they rotate around.
Yeah, they rotate around, but they rotate up and over so that they're not shooting through or into the thing at all. And you cannot fool it. I was trying to get it to fuck up, and it would not. No matter how fast I could spin round, they were literally just up and over, up and over, up and over every time, so that it wouldn't physically shoot the vehicle.
Well, there you go. That's just more of the
the detail they put
the
into
effort that put in. Yeah,
Yeah.
just the tiny little things. I'm having a blast with it. I'm enjoying it. There's like I don't know if they're calling them raids, or they might have changed it. There's a new name for their end game stuff. So it's got a pretty beefy end game.
Now, isn't there?
Yeah, there's
like three or four different things you can do.
There's True Vault Hunter mode, and then there's Mayhem, which is like probably the ultimate for the highest level you can possibly be to try and get through it. And then there's the raids. You got all the hunts as well. You can go hunt all the monsters. There's a lot to do. Heaps of side missions, and the side missions are funny to complete.
Yeah,
you do some weird ones.
I did one very early on Pandora, where you've got to go and take out some communications towers because this psycho is just super paranoid. He's actually got a tinfoil hat on.
Yeah.
And in true form, once you do all that, he turns on you, so you've got to kill him. But then you get that tinfoil hat, and you can put it on Claptrap.
Yeah.
So that was really good, and you can actually put everything that you've taken off. Every one of those antennas you can actually put on Claptrap. So one of them was an umbrella, another one was a fork. Like you can put them all on Claptrap.
And smart ass.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put the umbrella on him. He was like, "Ooh, functional."
So I don't know. I haven't got anything more other than I just want to keep going through. I want to keep finishing it, finding everything that's in there, and
I had to drag videos on it out of the game to get into the cast. It's like, Ray,
I'm looking at the icon.
No, why?
Right to launch it.
Yep, he was ready to alt tab, ready to go. I was like, no.
I'm up to a really good part.
For an hour, man.
Pivotal point. Pivotal.
Chat, if you want to prolong his playing.
You know what to do. Questions.
Give us something really in depth to talk about.
Black Rage has commented on the rolling tire thing. I spent a lot of time as a kid rolling down a hill in a tractor tire. I expect that would feel about the same. Not quite.
You'd love this game, Black Rage. You'd love it.
I'm pretty. Black Rage would have to be playing it, I'm sure. She was in 2 with us, so. Yeah. All right. Well, if chat don't have anything, if you guys don't have anything more, puppies, you got something you want to say about Borderlands 3?
Yeah, I'll let you guys go and play it again, I guess.
It's not what I was expecting, but thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. We'll end it shortly, so you guys can get back to playing your game, and I'll just curl up and die. Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's sign on out. Who are we? What do we do?
I'm
all that stuff. Where do you find us?
You can find me mix up Twitter, Instagram, deft_puppies. If I'm still alive next week.
See, you're lucky we're playing Borderlands tonight. No way you can just snooze.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Live stream. Just go to bed.
Let's go to bed. Yeah. Great.
You can find me at Borderlands. At Pandora. Great Aussie Gamer. Twitter. I was about to say Twitch. Definitely not. YouTube. And then Borderlands.
And I am Static Girls. You can find me Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all the places where the things go. You'll also find me playing a lot more Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get in touch with the podcast, left_pod. Jesus Christ, trying to get words out my mouth. You can send us any questions, messages, whatever you like there. Tag deft_puppies in all of your Borderlands 3 related content. You'd love it.
Please do.
Please do.
Get in our Discord and talk Borderlands to him.
Get in the Discord. It's in the show notes.
Discord.
You will also find us on Twitch and Mixer at 9 p.m. ish Australian Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. Now that we got back to our schedule, regular schedule.
I can drag these guys away from Borderlands next week. It
Maybe.
could be hard.
Maybe. You will find those channels twitch.tv/staticoz and mixer.com/deft_puppies with a Z. We have been Two Left Thumbs. Thank you so much for hanging out, listening, watching, all that sort of gear. Rate, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Enjoy. See you next week, puppies.
Bye.
Please don't die.
Try not to.
See you, bye.
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 Audio Jungle.